how do you figure out when do you actually use gifting to drive that one forward and create pipeline?
Yeah, so I think there's a couple different ways. One is you mentioned with intent. And so if you're showing more intent, that's an obvious one. I think people can relate to that. There's also, you can see Clay plays that work like, hey, if anyone changes jobs, I want to send them a bottle of champagne. And so some of these plays that you can build out with Clay are more obvious to use gifting with it. I think when you go back to, hey, we got 10,000 accounts we're going to spray and pray to, it makes gifting a bit more expensive, but that also is beneficial because it also reduces the channel fatigue of gifting. If you were able to go and spray and pray 10,000 gifts, everyone would do it, and it would make it so that gifting as a channel would be less useful. So I think there's just inherently built in the costs of the channel make it, you have to think twice about it, meaning you're not just going to close your eyes and spray and pray. So it's a bit more thoughtful plays. Hey, this job change. Hey, these high intent. Hey, I've got as an SDR, maybe I have, $500 a month to spend. So I'm going to self-select and pick the best accounts that I know I want to send to, or the ones that are at the right stage. So I think that selection then leads to better personalization, then leads to better conversion overall.
Yeah, the personalization part is interesting with gifting as well, because I've got a lot of Yeti mugs over the years. Like people send those out, whereas the ones that have resonated is where, I don't know, they saw I was in Vancouver and posted something about hockey. Just something where like you actually took the time to do a little research. So is that something that you all focus on as well, as that personalization and really getting something that the person cares about and will matter to them?
For sure. So we look at it in a couple of different ways. One is the hyper-personalization is critical. We actually have been releasing some really cool AI functionality that takes into account this person interest graph, scouring data from first party, third party, and other data sources to go out and do that heavy lifting, so you don't have to spend 20 minutes going to scour like a tweet from 6 years ago, but you can let us and the data and the technology do that. So I think that's important. I think there's also like time-based events. Like if you changing jobs, that doesn't necessarily have to be like the perfect type of gift, but a champagne or a celebratory item works really well there. And then there's also more of like, hey, I want to get you to our HubSpot inbound booth. I'm going to send you like a golden ticket or something that's related to the action that you're trying to take, which is maybe driving attendance. And so it's more of the messaging and the call to action can be personalized. Doesn't necessarily have to say, for Dustin, I'm going to have the golden ticket be, personal to him. It just has to be personal to this call to action.